Have you guys already checked the side comments of mine on your canvas? So this is only for the groups who have already submitted their uh, proposals. So have you guys already checked your uh, proposals? So I have my side comments in there, so please check it now. And then if ever you have, let's say, clarification or verification, so please ask them now so that we can discuss it with you.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Anyone? All right, so let me
Kaya
just show
ulit yun.
you the proposals of the other group mates. So some are graded even though they didn't submit anything because this is your group. Okay, so as you can see, you have a grade of 10 out of 50, Mr. Iral, Nathan. So I've already sent my feedback with your other group mates. And then the others, like here, 30 out of 50. So those scores are not yet final. Okay, so just like this one, like the proposal of Mr. Barasi. Okay, so I hope you have already seen your proposal wherein I put here my side comments. So in here actually I have one proposal of your class which is very good. So who is that one again? This one. So this is a group of Mr. Magilaw and Mr. Doman and then Mr. Fagian and then Mr. Orid. So as you can see, their title is Basic Learning System. And then the purpose of their project is it is an app that helps people clarify their careers through the help of tutors from the same field with the help of forums. Okay, so you can have a simple description as long as it's very straightforward. And then the 5 related articles regarding with your proposal. And yeah, and then the scope and the limitation, which I have asked you to put. This is very important so that I know the coverage of your project. So it says here that this study is to focus only on people who are in this area, CPE students and teachers of the University of the Cordilleras. So the subjects or topics included in the forums will only be CPE related. So as you can see, this one is like similar with the forums or thread articles on the internet, but this one is only focusing for the UC school or to be specific, SEA, and then computer engineering students and faculties only. So as possible, okay, start with small project and then make it work first on a small project and then make it bigger once it's working now properly or perfect. Okay, so you don't need to create a very difficult project. Okay, so if possible, create from a very small yet functional and then helpful project, just like this one. Okay, so actually they have proposed three projects. So the other one is water consumption forecasting. So yeah, this is good, but the problem with this one is there are actually already a lot of similar projects regarding with this one. Okay, so I disapprove on this proposal of them. So I hope you have already read my side comments, Mr. Magilaw, and then the other group mates, Mr. Brian, Doman, and then Mr. Fagan, and then Mr. Arid. And then their last proposal is the inventory management system. So this one is good, but they said here that this one is only meant for offline, okay, not for online uh, project. Okay, so since we are in era of IoT right now, so as possible, I am actually looking for projects that is can be connected or that can be related with IoTs. Okay, so using sensors or with the use of the internet, and then it can be uploaded to the database, and then it can be fetched or can be retrieved. Okay, so this one is a good thing since this is only with the use of messages, so it's not uh, heavy usage when it comes to data storage. So actually you can use free data storage like 10 gigabyte or 20 gigabyte and then just clean it every month or every week if ever there is already a lot of messages or comments. All right. Okay. So may tumawag daw, sabi ni Miss Aliyah. Anyway, so yeah, to those who are still haven't submitted their proposals yet, please make it simple as possible. Right? Are you guys here, Mr. Magilaw, Mr. Doman, and then Mr. Fagyan, and then Mr. Arid? Anyone from the group? So I can see Mr. Fagyan and Mr. Magilaw. Yes, sir. Okay. So very good regarding with your project. Okay, let's now move on with the other projects. So I am showing to you guys the other successful projects that your classmates have submitted or proposed to me, since I want you guys to copy just like what they did. So wait a second. Uh, let's try this. And at the same time, so I'm showing their proposal so that you won't be having a hard time to, or you won't be wasting your time rather in creating such project because there is already someone who have taken that project. Okay, so the another good project that was proposed by your classmate is this one, La Shop Scraper. Okay, first of all, I like their title because it's unique. Okay, so where is my feedback? I see. Okay, so I didn't include any side comments in here because this one is like super complete. Like I have no objection at all. So the purpose of their project is to extract pricing details of products in Lazada and Shopee for comparison purposes. So it can also be automized to notify the customer if certain products fall below a desired or set price. So the project will utilize the web scraping technique using Python. So the very good thing about this project here is there's already a lot of patented projects. Like for example, Trivago. Okay, so Trivago is an application wherein you can search for the cheapest hotel prices. Okay, so the same with this one. Like for example, maybe you're looking for a certain product. If ever this is what they are trying to create, a certain product wherein it will be scraped into uh, or from Lazada and then from Shopee, and then it will be shown to into a single application. Okay, wherein from Lazada, they have these offerings, let's say 5 sellers, and then from Shopee, they have these offerings, and then 5 sellers also. And then from there, it will be ranked into from smallest to highest uh, prices. Okay, so this one is super simple. All you need to do is get an algorithm wherein it's using scraping, okay, or comparing algorithms, right? So very good on your project. So if possible, also come up with a unique title. Okay, so do not just put a generalized or a general title. Okay, so the more the unique your title is, the better, because the more uh, the consumer, or the more that the user will be able to recognize or learn about your project, okay, or your application. Okay, and yeah, that's it for this group. What else? And then for Votante, okay, so this is a group from Mr. Torres, and then Mr. Mabanta, and then Mr. Mangawang, and then Pagirisu. So let's find their project. Mabanta, Torres, Mabanta. This one. Okay. So in their group, I only have one side comment. So I hope you have already seen my side comment. And then I have a long comment in here. So actually, I don't disagree with your proposal. It's just that this one is too risky. However, I said here that since this is just like a DB project, so yeah, why not? I would like you guys to create an application which anyone can vote, but make sure that you have a way to verify if that one is really a legitimate voter, or not a legitimate voter, because it's very important, since our uh, country is the one that is in call this one that is the one is in danger if ever that there is a cheating that will happen on this kind of voting. Okay, so yes, coming from Mr. Pacific, so we apply security features. Yes, that would be the best thing that you can do. See, possible uh, the user should maybe upload a picture, upload its bio uh, by data, like for example, his or her birth certificate, and then other government IDs, etc., etc. Okay, just to uh, make this one work in a real world project. All right. So very good regarding with this one, since yeah, I think a lot of people have already think about this one, but no one really tried to create such app. So Votante. So this one is already a good title. So it's like a combination of a vote English word, and then tante is like a Tagalog word. So votante, or a person who's going to vote. Yeah. So yeah, come up with a short title, and then what else? A precise definition or purpose, and then if possible, make it as small as possible. Okay, do not make it a broad topic or project. Okay, because you're the one who's going to have a hard time in completing such projects. So you don't need a complicated project. Okay, so all we need to have is a small, simple yet functional, and then helpful for the consumer or for the user. Right? And then for the student information system, De La Cruz Aizel. So I hope you guys have already read my side comments. So I have a lot, since you're missing two more articles, etc., etc. So I have a lot of questions for your proposal. Anyway, so the score that you have received right now is not yet final. So I want you guys to submit a revision before the midterms. Okay. So the same with the others who have received 10, 20, or 30 out of 50. So if you have received 50 out of 50, meaning your project is already approved. And then you can now start creating that project. Okay. So yeah, that is only my requirements for this before midterm. What else? And then food ordering system, De La Cruz Allergen. Okay. And then this one also, this one is a very good project. Okay. But are you guys there? Mr. De La Cruz, Allergen, Miss
Yes,
Domingo,
sir.
so Duarte, and then Miss Obasa. So my only opinion or my only feedback with this one is your title, okay, and then the scope of your proposal. So instead of focusing on the food ordering system, so I limited it into UC canteen food ordering system. So smaller, just focus on the UC canteen, okay, so that you know what are the things that you're going to put on your database, like maybe the food for the breakfast, the food for the lunch, etc., etc. If you can still add another features. But for now, just finish those two, the breakfast and then the lunch uh, menu. Okay, so you can come up with random menus just for the sake of example. So yeah, this is a very good project. So if actually this is a good proposal for use itself. So if ever that this one is successful, okay, I will propose this one to Sir Dion, and then if ever Sir Dion wants this one to be implemented to UC, then congratulations. Like you have helped the UC to have a more organized way of ordering food, and then at the same time, so you're going to be proud of it because it is your own created project. Okay, so yeah, I put it 50, so no more problem. Just come up with a shorter title, and then a more smaller scope of your project. Anyway, congratulations for your proposal. So who else? So the same with the group of Mr. De La Cruz Aizel. Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Aizel? And
Sir,
then
nandito po.
Sir says, okay, nandiyan kayo. Mr. Wilmer and then Miss Jennifer. So this one is actually a very excellent proposal also. Okay, but I would like you guys to limit this one, just like what I have said from the food ordering system from Mr. De La Cruz Alagence group. Instead of student information system, so make it UC, student information system, or just UCSIS. Okay, so this one
Yeah.
would come up with a different or unique name, and then a very short uh, title also at the same time. And then so I just have a few clarifications, so I need you guys to clarify this one. So for the checklist, for the attendance, what team will be attendance? So I think it would be better if you're going to leave the attendance checking for the instructor itself, right? And then instead of having an attendance, so maybe just change this one into log in or log out. So instead of us, or instead of you guys, students, tapping your ID to the uh, kiosk or to the computer before entering the UC, so let's create, or you guys can create an application wherein just by tapping a barcode. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm not removing the old system wherein we will tap our ID, but this can be another way of logging in or logging out to UC. Okay, so yeah, this will be your like attendance, but not for each subject. Just the time that you will come to the school and then go out to the school. And then it would be a lot better if there would be a chart for this one. So what time did you attend during Monday, Tuesday, and then up to Saturday or Sunday? And then what time did you lag out or go out of UC uh, from Monday to Saturday? So having a chart would make it called this one observable. So what time did you go to UC on Monday? So you have your own history, right? So something like a log file or a history file. And yeah, that's it. So I just need you guys to clarify some of my side comments. And then for SBS, Manage Organize Application from Mr. Aral Nitan and Mr. Araniego. I didn't know who submitted this one. Let's go to Mr. Araniego. None also. How about Mr. or Miss Kabuntokan? None also. Okay, so it came from Mr. Francisco. And Francisco Zosimo. EBCDF. Okay, so here's your project. So it says here that it's SBS step-by-step manage organize application. So you've said here that the purpose of this system is to help create a list of things you do and will do. With features like creating timely activity, will notify or remind you when it's close on its due. Like it's featuring market time with checklist and add-on price. Why do you have to put a question mark in there? Are you not sure? So it is similar to something like a personal secretary would do, but a mobile phone, and you have to note it down yourself. So in here, this one is like I don't know. I think no one will download this one or no one will use this app because like what I said, creating an let's say to do, creating an event like to do on your smartphone is very easy nowadays. So some mostly download or yeah, let's say some download an app like to do application wherein they can be reminded on what are things that they're going to do, and then some of them also are using their calendar just like me. I'm using my calendar to let me notify on the things that I need to do on that day. Okay, like for example, tomorrow I have to pay my bills, and then I will just add a note in there, and then I will add the bills for the converge, for the internet, bills for the electricity, for the water, etc., etc. Okay, so I would like you guys to come up with a different project, or if you really guys would like to pursue this one, I want you to create a complete different features, okay, which is super unique, wherein no one ever think or have created such features. All right, so that is why I put here 10, and then uh, other side comments in here. All right, so I need your revision before midterm exam. Right, so are you guys here, Mr. Aral or Aral,
Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Areniega, Mr. Kabuntokan, and then Mr. Francis
Yes,
Ako.
sir.
Right, so revise it now as soon as possible so that I can give you your uh, feedback if it's already okay, so that you can start your project as soon as possible. Okay, and then for Bamara Food, which is project of Mr. Barasi and Mr. Miss Madriaga and Miss Magay, and then Mr. Ventura. So your project is about Vamara Food and Products Delivery App. So I just have some few concerns in here since this one is about food and products delivery app. I have said here in my side comments that there's actually a lot of similar applications that we have, like what you are trying to propose right now. So my only concern here is what is your edge? So what would make the consumer to use your app instead of using the Food Panda, the Grab Food, etc., etc. Okay. So for the products, I guess there is also a company wherein they are the ones going to buy groceries for you. So one good idea that you can change is maybe palengke. Okay. So instead of just a product, so why not change this one into a vegetable or fruits or even meats, okay, or anything that can be found on the uh, Baguio supermarket, okay, because this one is like super common already, okay, and then if possible, just focus on one, okay, don't make it difficult, okay, so if it's food, just food only for, let's say, for restaurant. If it's products like groceries, then just make it for groceries only, okay, so once you were able to come up with perfect, okay, uh, very small project, then that's the time that you can uh, come up with another features wherein adding food, etc., etc. So just like Grab, they have only application for taxi, but right now they are now have an application for food also. Okay? So that's how you create a good app. So focus on one signature application and then expand it once you have perfect or polished your project, right? So yeah, this one is already a good project. So as you can see, I put here 40 out of 50, almost complete. Just need some clarifications, right? So are you guys here, Mr. Barasi, Miss Madriaga, Miss Magay, and then Mr. Ventura?
Yes, sir.
Anyone
Yes,
from the
sir.
group? All right. Okay. So I need your revision as soon as possible. So before midterm exam. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then did I already mention all of your proposals? So yeah, that's it for your proposal. So to those who haven't submitted their proposals yet, so submit them as soon as possible. And then please come up with a different domain. So I have already shown to you guys the project or proposal of the others so that you won't copy or you won't be accidentally create the same application as like what they are trying to do right now. Okay. So I just have an announcement. So as you can see, this is a laboratory. So supposedly, if I am your lecture instructor, so I will not give an exam anymore. So whatever is your score on the lecture will be your score on the laboratory already. But since we are complete separate instructors, so I have to come up with something wherein it will become your midterm exam. So since I only discussed one, which is the methodology, the design thinking, so there are no other modules that I can come up to think with for you guys to become your midterm exam. So as your midterm exam, once I have already approved your project, I want you guys to come up with a PowerPoint presentation, including, you know, like a live defense of your title. So it's like a title defense wherein you're going to present a presentation, and then you guys are also going to speak and explain it at the same time in more understandable presentation. Okay, so you can put anything on your PowerPoint presentation. I just need the project proposal, of course, which is your title, and then the purpose, and just like the five related articles on how did you relate your project from them. Okay, so what are your edge from those related articles? So again, I at least need five. Okay, then I need you guys to explain them one by one. Okay, like for example, with the use of article number 2, we were able to come up with new idea like having this one instead of this one. Okay, so it's up to you as long as those articles really help your project to become a better project. And then, of course, the last one is the scope and the limitation. So from the side comments that I have put, so if ever uh, you, let's say, you disagree to what I am trying to uh, tell to you with your scope, if ever you still want to pursue the scope that you have presented originally, then defend it on your PowerPoint presentation, okay, or defend it on the revised version of yours. Okay, and then of course, do not forget to put your references. Okay, so the maximum or limit, the minimum time of presentation should be at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so you can exceed 15 minutes. Why 10 to 15 minutes? Okay, minimum is 10 minutes. Okay, and then you can exceed up to how many minutes you want. Okay, so you can present it in an hour or 2 hours, so it's up to you, as long as what you're trying to say in there is really meaningful. Okay, so yeah, that's it for your uh, midterm exam and then for your proposals. Do you guys have any other concerns or clarification?
Sir, yung mga sinabi nyo ngayon, ipopost nyo naman sa Canvas.
Ano yun?
Yung mga requirements, yung mga pinapa-require nyo.
Yes, I will give you guys the format of your midterm exam presentation. So you guys have a week, okay, to prepare for your title defense. All right. So any other concerns? Since we now only have 30 seconds, I guess.
None, sir.
None, sir.
Ang bilis pagpatapos na. Alright. So,
Bilis pagpatapos na. Automatic yan, sir.
Automatic yan. Alright, so I am ending our meeting now. So if ever you have a clarification, so feel free to message me on my Canvas or to my Facebook account. Right? So goodbye and then good luck with your midterm exam presentation.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Goodbye.